Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Welcome to the Black Tax. There's an African proverb that says, "The bird that has lived long in a cage fears the open skies." Your nervous system prefers something familiar. Familiar pain, familiar moments, familiar clothes, shoes, whatever the case may be. It prefers something familiar, even pain, over something that's unfamiliar that may bring you peace. Have you ever asked yourself why you watch the same series over and over again? Something you saw growing up, something you remember when you were watching it, how good the times were. And whenever you feel a little blue or down or depressed, you pick up the drug of familiar, the drug that allows you to go back to a place where you were at peace and you were happy, or you thought you were happy and at peace, instead of dealing with the consequences of what's currently happening in your life. We all have that moment. We all have that TV show. We all have that familiar thing that we know, that safety of a pair of shoes, the clothing, a t-shirt. We relive moments over and over and over again. Think about the number of times you know people who talk about their high school days, and they are clearly in their late 50s, early 60s, or moments during college that seem to be endless and continue to go on forever. We do that not because we like it. We do it because it brings us back to a place of safety. It brings us back to a place where we understand, a place that is familiar. And though there may not be a clear understanding, because things change in stories over time, but there's a piece that makes sense. My mom would watch reruns of The Golden Girls, reruns of Matlock, over and over and over again. And I never understood why she was so fascinated with these individuals or this series of such. And then I started seeing my niece do the same thing. She started watching Golden Girls and Matlock, and it made me start to think about, what is it about this period of time when these two shows were on that made a difference? Well, for my mom, it was everything was right. Finances were right, house was right, kids were good, relationship were good. There was nothing out of the ordinary that was going on. Things shifted, things changed. So she went back to a moment where things were familiar. The escapism, the ability to just step out and to be in a comfortable space of remembrance, because it's easier to deal with what was than to face what is. I speak very fondly of my education, but I also speak not with kind words about my time in law school. The racism, the bigotry, not being liked. But I speak about it with a reverence, not a remembrance, but a reverence of a time that, regardless of what I went through, I didn't give up. Regardless of the way I was treated, I didn't give up. I can go back to that moment and celebrate it. And when I have these moments in my life today, I can go back and pull from those moments. You didn't give up then. Why are you giving up now? You worked through whatever it was and you made it happen. Money comes, money goes, but somehow you find a way to survive through it all. And through it all, this is what you do. This is how you do it. This is why you do it. These are the things that are quintessentially important. But you have to be willing to make that difference happen. You have to be willing to face the ugly. Because as long as you live in the past, you can never face the present. The past is officially Black history. I have said this numerous of times, and I will continue to say it numerous of times. Fear is what you're afraid of. Fear is the thing that's keeping you from growing. And that fear can be brought on by the people around you, you not trusting yourself, being fearful of the unknown. You have the taste, the tact, the drive, the ability, all the things you don't think you have, motherfucker, you got. Because if you thought it, that means the universe knows you can do it. Now, we have to convince you you can do it. I did not want to do this podcast by myself. I have said this before, but here I am now, season 3. I did not want to put my thoughts down on paper. But now, 2 books in, self-published, my first novel, sometime in June, my book of short stories and poetry about my sexual partners, The Body Count, that's coming in September, and my children's series, just before Thanksgiving. All the things that I have put off, all the things I was afraid of, all the things that I didn't think I was good enough to do. But it wasn't so much I was afraid to do them. I just had to let go of something in order for this to open up. And that something was my education. My education wasn't a chain to keep me in one space. My education was fluid to allow me to flow into other spaces. And the moment I let that happen, doors opened up, things began to change. Thoughts began to form sentences form paragraphs. And before I knew it, I have blog posts, people are reading my material. Some people don't like it. Most people do like it. The color of my politics is what it's called. And I have pushbacks. And every time there's a pushback, I push back. You want to make a comment about something I wrote that is disrespectful and you're trying to tone police me? I'm going to write a whole essay about it and put you on blast while I do it. And it's not about being afraid of what somebody will say back to me. It's having the courage to look forward, not hold on to the past, not use crutches to avoid the responsibility that requires me to be a better man, a better person, a better human being, a better friend, brother, cousin, nephew. There is always going to be obstacles. And a lot of times we fall into the obstacle with comfort, not fall into the obstacles, hope that it will work out. We let fear decide what is good for us and what is not good for us. And normally the fear is the controlling piece that's trying to keep you from succeeding in what you want to succeed. I want you to take a moment and I want you to think about something you do repetitively. Something you do that is repetitive. Something that takes you back to a moment when life was good. When you pledged, when you had a neophyte year, when you were in college, a favorite TV show, a favorite movie. Something that takes you back to a moment when life was good. And I want you to think about what was good about the life then in comparison to the life you have now. And I will guarantee you what you have now is so much better than what you had then. And you will see the difference. And that difference will be the spark that gives you the courage to continue moving forward. I know you can do this. You know you can do this. So just do it. And fuck a motherfucker who don't think you can do it. Because I know you can. Stay woke. We out.